All right, I'm gonna show you how to properly xDelete a F10 535, but first we gotta get this car up. I went ahead and already did it. This is a disclaimer. Do not do this until you've tuned the car to xDelete. Do not do it until you've tuned the car to xDelete. So I went ahead and get the car up. And the reason why we're doing this is because these axles right here, you can kind of see all the grease. It just keeps spitting them. Same thing on the other side, right over here. See all the grease being spit? So we're gonna be removing those and we're gonna be stubbing them. So here we go. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get out the CV axle nut. Some light force with a Milwaukee and gets out real easy. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the strut out with this bolt right here. Then what we're gonna do is get the control arm out with this bolt right here. All right, you should be left with this, and then we're gonna get that off, and I'm gonna do the other side real quickly. If your CV axle is blown like mine, definitely get towels. All right, once you get to this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jack up this so we can get the CV axle out. All right, once you get this jacked up, what we can do now is get the CV axle out through this way. What you're gonna need is a hammer, metal one, and a pry bar, small one in particular. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit it up in there. I'll put the flash on so you can see better. So we're gonna be hitting right here, and it's gonna, push out. And there we go. So just easily pull it out. Now this is a bad axle. As you can see here, grease is leaking everywhere. So I'm gonna get the other side out and I'm gonna show you what to do with these. This side's a little bit easier to see. Right here, just gonna hammer it until it comes out. Now all we have to do is pull it out. Now this side's a little bit harder to get out. Needs a little bit of persuasion. Oh, I need two hands. All right, got it out. And as you see here, an axle is not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be solid like this one. While this one is flimsy, should not be like that. That means the tripod bearing pulled out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split these apart and stub it with this and that. All right, what we're gonna do now is take off the boots on both sides. So I'm gonna go do that real quickly. Basically all you do is you have a flathead and you pry that off, and then this should just come off like that. Then what you do is you kind of just peel this off like that. And then you should be left with this. We'll be coming back to that. This is going back in the car. We're gonna clean it out real quickly. This has to go back in the car. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna do this, peel it off and take it out. So to get this side off, I ended up using a hammer and chisel. It came off a lot easier, so I got it off. What helped, it took me a little bit to get this off, but I ended up holding it like this, grabbed that hammer, hammered it off. Should be left with this little piece. I'm gonna go clean it off and we're gonna go do the other side and we're gonna put that back in the car. So at the end of all this, you should be left with just these parts, the outer hub and the inner hub. Outer hub and the inner hub. And you're gonna be getting rid of this part, which is the tripod, axle, whatever, shaft. So we're gonna go put these parts in the car. Let's go do that real quickly. Putting these in with just this is a lot easier. Just slide this up in here. I need two hands for this. Wait, no. Make sure you can spin it with the diff. And then just hammer it in. You will know it's in when that is flush with the diff. Now let's go to the other side. Once you get both of them in, now we're gonna put the outer hub into the hub. The reason why we're keeping this part and not just, keeping the hub in is because these wheel bearings will split apart if you don't have this in. So let's go put that in. Once again, threaded, it's pretty easy. Now we're just gonna impact them on and torque them down. Once you get them on, you can just put everything back together. I'm gonna be posting a part 2 on the other optional stage, which is removing the front drive shaft. So you can get everything back together and you're good to go. And yeah. So once you get the shielding off, there's gonna be these bolts right here, and you can just spin this thing to get to the other bolts. And there's 4 over here on this side. And then all we're gonna do is take those out and pull it out. We might need to take that heat shield off. I'm not too sure yet. All right, once you get the 4 bolts out for these guys, you'll be left with this. Now let's do this side. What I ended up using was this setup. The bolts are E12. So let's go ahead and do this side. All right, go ahead and got that side off and that side off. Left with this right here. All right, and now you're done, and now you can just put it all back together and you're all set.